every win is important, and after Tuesday night, all you guys made me aware of where we were at, so we took it on board, and we I think again the story of the first half, I'll tell the truth in terms of the first 20, 25, 30 minutes. I thought we were real front-footed, really aggressive in what we wanted to do. Scored a great goal, had numerous opportunities obviously to put the game to bed, and we didn't. And then they had a moment where we didn't protect the middle of the pitch well enough. Sargent on the shoulder, which he's been doing for a number of years, and then they get that goal at the end of it, and then at half time, and then they change formation. So we tried to counteract that and get pressure on the ball. They bring a lot of players to the build up, really, so sometimes it's hard to get that pressure on the ball, but I don't really remember them having many opportunities in the second half, or Viggs having a huge amount to do, but ultimately you get out what you put in. The second half with 10 men the other day can take a lot out of you, but I think there was a lot of pleasing things to take about that, apart from obviously the result. But today we went and we got the win, and I think we really deserved that.
The way your team plugged away as well when Norwich levelled, because obviously you touched on it earlier that the form hadn't been possibly where you wanted it to be coming into this game.
No.
Perhaps might have been easy for heads to drop maybe when Norwich equalised, but they showed a decent level of character, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think you can tell a lot about a culture when you go down to 10 men the other day, in terms of what's it like. Our players chucking it. Is it 2, 3, 4, 5-0? Because 11 against 10 in the championship is hard, but they kept going till the final whistle the other day, which was really pleasing. And again today, the players' third game of the week, and these are a good team. I understand that they've been on a difficult run, but they're a good team. They've got a lot of quality that can hurt you on a given day, so you have to respect that. The championship, it is tough to get wins at the moment, as you see with the different results all the time, and the different styles and the different teams that you're coming up against, as well as trying to embed like a different squad together. But we are building something, and like I said previously, you're trying to build that character and resilience to build that confidence, and then ultimately play really good football and win is obviously the holy grail. But first of all, today we got that win, and I think we really deserved it.
Alan, how good were Popnik's goals, and how do you get him to do that?
I don't have a good odometer, but it was really good finishes, top class, excellent. He was a live wire today. I think he led the line. At times our possession, there's things that we want more from him, and to be relentless within that, and because he's the one who leads that first line of pressure. But in terms of scoring goals and ultimately the two moments of real quality and that clinical edge that we have been missing in certain games openly, but yeah, he was exceptional. They're high level goals, and you've seen a player that's really enjoying his football.
Yeah.
You left him out of the starting lineup in the week. I
Yeah.
mean, did he feel that he had a point to prove today for you?
I think they all have. Like this is the thing. They're a really good bunch of lads, and within a squad that you want to be successful, you need competition for places. But ultimately, you need to. If you're not playing, you need to support the player that has the shirt, and that's what we're trying to create. No, me before the team. Let's put the team first and get behind it. And the lads have been exceptional at that, and understand that we've got 7 games in 21 days. This is a relentless period, and ultimately there's going to be changes. And I know more than some people in terms of where the physical level is, and of the players and where they are. We want them fresh, and with Franco today, feel like he was a bit. To go back to back, sometimes it's difficult, and we wanted to change things around and have a slightly more control, and we changed formation slightly today with 2 6s, so just to change that up and give us a small bit more control, which it did for periods. But yeah, there's so much competition for places, but it's ultimately that protecting that culture, that it's always the team before the person.
I was going to say, he's Popnik that sort of player who sort of gets behind the team rather than, maybe for the want of a better phrase, some players might throw their toys out the van, being the top goal scorer,
Yeah. Well, look at 3 games in a week. It's tough, and Southampton wasn't really overly pleasing, and even though we got out there with a point, and ultimately Adam, look, we brought Adam had a goal and assist coming on as an impact, so we want to, I wouldn't say rotate, but we want to try and give that. But ultimately VP started today and it was exceptional again, you know.
Alan, you mentioned the 2 6s and trying to take control of that midfield. I just wanted to ask you about Marko Stamenic, who I thought was really, really good today.
Yeah, Marko is a player that we brought in, obviously, and still adapting to the league, and that's not me sticking up for him. That's the realism of the situation. You know, it's different to play in the Championship, and I think that week where I think it was Millwall, Blackburn, and who was the third game of the week?
Leicester.
And Leicester. You know, I think he was tired, and he said that like after the Blackburn, and it's different. The 3 games a week you play in a Millwall. A kind of more direct style into the Blackburn, which is more of like a stretching in higher up areas, and then you go into Leicester. It's a different way, and we have to do that. Same with Zidane, same with Melker, who I thought was exceptional when he came on today and had to do certain things to do that. And now he's done that, and there's a sign of your culture as well.
How's Liam Cullen doing? He looked like he was in a bit of discomfort when he came off.
Yeah, Coles is a relentless team player. You know, he was tired, he ran himself into the ground, which that's what we want, you know, and there's no point saving stuff in the tank just to do that. Just run yourself into the ground and let the next player come on, and that's the way we want to do. And sometimes it's hard, 3rd game of the week, and we could have controlled certain parts better with the ball maybe in the second half, but I still felt we controlled it without the ball, which hasn't always been the case.
Just one more on Vibotnik, if I may. I think earlier in his Swansea career, there was a sort of perception that he needed to get up to speed with the Championship, get to grips with the Championship. He's now starting to look very much at home in this league, isn't he? Yeah. What's kind of changed for him this season? Is it literally just getting used to it, or have there been things that have had to change for him?
Like when players come from different leagues, it takes different players different times for it to gel, etc. Like Ji-sung, for example, like Zidane, like sometimes it will be hot and cold until it's permanently hot, and it's about integrating them into that. With VP, he was up and down last year really, and then he came back fitter. He missed a pre-season with Bordeaux obviously last year, and he came in and probably didn't see the best of him consistently, if you want to say. But then this year, obviously he missed little bits of pre-season, but he was in. I think he was in a better place, and he understood what he had to do, and he looks really well right now.
Nice easy game coming up in midweek.
Oh,
are you likely to make a few changes to your squad?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it won't be the same team every week. Obviously, we're playing a team that's one of the best teams in the world. Yeah, there's not 2 ways to build that one up really. I understand there's going to be a full house here, so hopefully we can go after them and make it an enjoyable night for us.
Thanks, Alan. Well done today.
You made a decision, to play with number 10 this afternoon, and Liam Cullen. Do you think this is something that you could look to do in the future as a way of helping the club's attacking woes, given you're amongst the lowest scorers in the league?
I think it is. I think it was 2 10s at times. I think it was. I think in terms of, we will play different ways. Like we changed formation probably 2 or 3 times today within it. But today, I think in terms of getting up to the final third and being fluent up to that area and getting there consistently, I believe data-wise we are really good. But yeah, we need a bit more in there. There's no doubt about it. And obviously getting our most creative players in them areas, and having that, which at times we looked really dangerous today, but yeah, it's something that we're always looking for solutions, looking to get the right matchups and attack the right spaces in the right games. And I think obviously we did that in moments in the second half, but I think we did it really well in 30 minutes, and adding that intensity and quality and cleanness to it to get to the area, and then it's decision making.
Okay, guys. Okay, just one last one, Alan. You talked about the relentless schedule. Obviously, we said Man City coming up. Of all the time in this relentless schedule for players to maybe shake off fatigue, mental or physical, this is the game it should be really easy to get your squad up for.
Oh, for the Man City game?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like it's probably is, because you know that you have to be at your best. You know, you have to be at your best in these games. But I believe, like, the way the championship is, sorry, without deflecting away from it, the way the championship is, we have to be at our best as well to win games, because this is such a temperamental league at the moment, and I think the ceiling of the level right now is debatably, I wouldn't say lower than last year, but obviously there was more standouts, if you want to say, but the floor of the league is a whole lot higher in terms of, like, your Wrexham, your Birmingham, everybody strengthening, Charlton throughout the summer, and there's a lot of teams there that are thinking if you put a run together, so it's really hard to win every game at the moment, and that's not me shying away from it, because I understand this was the first probably period where we didn't win all the time, and that's learning for me, and ultimately we were looking for solutions, and today is a wonderful way to respond as a team, and obviously with a win.
But while you're managing that fatigue, obviously you're going to disappoint some players who, you know, a chance to play against Manchester City in the last 16 of a cup competition. You're going to have to disappoint some, maybe just for their own good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I do. We'll pick a team that we believe is competitive for the game, like we do in every game. And yeah, there will be changes. We will have a look at. I would say have a look at them, and I know they're on every single week, and we all know exactly what they do. But in terms of analysing them and watching them from higher up, and it'll be good to do it, because they're a good side. But look, whoever has the shirt and whoever plays, understand that everybody's together, everybody's got to be behind the team, and then when that game is over, we get ready and we repeat.
No, best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you all.